Raising a transgender or non-binary child can be a journey filled with learning, growth, and deep emotional experiences. Parents may face a variety of feelings, from confusion and fear to love and acceptance. Understanding your child's identity and how to best support them is essential in fostering a healthy and affirming environment. When a child first expresses their gender identity, parents may feel uncertain about what this means and how to respond. The most important thing to remember is that your child's identity is real and valid. Many transgender and non-binary individuals become aware of their gender identity at a young age, even if they do not have the language to describe it. Listening to your child, affirming their experiences, and letting them take the lead in expressing who they are is critical. Gender identity is different from gender expression. A child who is transgender or non-binary may or may not change their clothing, hairstyle, or pronouns. Some children feel comfortable exploring their gender through small changes, while others may wish to transition socially or medically. There is no single way to be transgender or non-binary, and each child's journey will be unique. Respecting their choices and allowing them to explore their identity in a way that feels right for them fosters trust and emotional well-being. Many parents initially experience grief when they learn their child is transgender or non-binary. This is not because being transgender is bad, but because parents often have expectations about their child's future that may need to be adjusted. It is natural to have feelings of loss for the name you gave them, the gendered experiences you expected to share, or the assumptions you made about their life path. Acknowledging these feelings without burdening your child with them is important. Seeking support from a therapist or a support group for parents of transgender children can help process these emotions in a healthy way. One of the most critical aspects of supporting your child is using their chosen name and pronouns. Research shows that affirming a transgender or non-binary person's name and pronouns significantly reduces rates of depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. Some parents struggle with this at first, especially if they have known their child by a different name for many years. Making an effort to practice and correct mistakes when they happen shows your child that you respect them. Over time, it becomes more natural. Advocating for your child in school and other environments is another important responsibility. Schools vary widely in their policies regarding transgender and non-binary students. Some have strong protections, while others may not yet have policies in place. Speaking with teachers, school counselors, and administrators can help ensure your child has access to a safe and affirming learning environment. This may include addressing issues like restroom access, chosen names on school records, and protection from bullying or discrimination. Family dynamics may shift when a child comes out as transgender or non-binary. Some relatives may be immediately supportive, while others may struggle to understand. Parents can play a key role in educating extended family members and setting clear boundaries about respect. It is not the child's responsibility to convince others of their identity. If a relative refuses to use the correct name and pronouns, parents should intervene and make it clear that respecting the child's identity is non-negotiable. Medical and mental health support can be beneficial for both the child and the family. Not all transgender and non-binary children seek medical transition, but for those who do, access to gender-affirming healthcare can be life-saving. Consulting a knowledgeable healthcare provider can help families understand available options. Mental health support from a therapist who is experienced in working with transgender individuals can provide a space for both the child and parents to process emotions and challenges. Parents often worry about how their child will be treated in society. The reality is that transgender and non-binary people face discrimination, but they also experience joy, success, and deep connections with those who affirm them. The most important factor in a transgender person's well-being is the support of their family. Children who are accepted and loved at home are far more resilient in the face of societal challenges. Educating yourself about transgender and non-binary identities is an ongoing process. Reading books, attending workshops, and listening to transgender voices can help deepen your understanding. It is okay not to have all the answers, but showing a willingness to learn demonstrates love and commitment. Avoid placing the burden of education on your child. Instead, take initiative in seeking out resources and information. One of the most powerful things a parent can do is model acceptance and advocacy. Speaking up when you witness transphobia, supporting inclusive policies, and ensuring your home is a safe space sets an example for your child. Even small gestures, like displaying a trans pride flag or wearing a pronoun pin, can send a strong message of support. As your child grows, their identity may evolve. Some transgender and non-binary individuals experiment with different names, pronouns, or gender expressions before finding what feels best. This is a normal part of self-discovery. Parents should remain open to these changes without making their child feel like they need to have everything figured out immediately. Concerns about the future are common. Some parents fear their child will face rejection, have difficulty finding employment, or struggle with relationships. While these concerns are valid, it is important to recognize that transgender and non-binary people live full and meaningful lives. The best thing parents can do is equip their child with confidence, resilience, and a strong sense of self-worth by providing unwavering support. Religious or cultural beliefs may be a source of conflict for some families. If a parent's faith tradition does not affirm transgender identities, it can be helpful to seek out affirming religious communities or leaders who support LGBTQ+ individuals. Many religious traditions have diverse interpretations, and there are often ways to reconcile faith with acceptance. No belief system should come at the cost of a child's well-being. If a child expresses distress about their gender identity, it is crucial to take their feelings seriously. High rates of depression and suicidal ideation among transgender youth are linked not to being transgender itself, but to rejection, discrimination, and lack of support. Seeking mental health support, affirming their identity, and advocating for their needs are protective factors that improve mental health outcomes. Parents may also need support. Connecting with other parents of transgender and non-binary children can be incredibly valuable. Organizations like PFLAG and local LGBTQ+ support groups provide opportunities to share experiences, ask questions, and receive guidance from those who have been through similar journeys. Social transition can involve changes in clothing, hairstyles, pronouns, and names. For some children, this is enough to feel comfortable in their gender. Others may consider medical options like puberty blockers, hormone therapy, or surgery when they are older. The decision to pursue medical transition is deeply personal and should be made with the guidance of medical professionals. It is essential to trust that your child knows their own experience best. Schools, workplaces, and public spaces may not always be accepting, but legal protections exist in many places to support transgender individuals. Understanding your child's rights and being prepared to advocate when necessary can help ensure they are treated fairly. In some cases, legal name and gender marker changes may be an option to help align official documents with their identity. Celebrating your child for who they are is one of the most impactful things a parent can do. Transgender and non-binary children, like all children, thrive when they are loved, supported, and encouraged to be themselves. Recognizing their achievements, validating their identity, and reminding them they are valued can make a significant difference in their self-esteem and well-being. Parents should also be aware of misinformation and harmful narratives about transgender people. There are many myths and misconceptions that can cause unnecessary fear or doubt. Relying on reputable sources, listening to transgender individuals, and focusing on your child's happiness and authenticity will help you navigate these challenges with clarity. Every child's journey is unique, and there is no single roadmap for parenting a transgender or non-binary child. However, unconditional love, active support, and a willingness to learn will always be the foundation of a strong parent-child relationship. Your acceptance has the power to shape your child's future in profound ways. By standing by them, affirming their identity, and advocating for their well-being, you are giving them the best possible chance to thrive.